Hi, YouTube. Happy Monday. Erica here from In the Company of Cards. And I have a few questions that I thought I would look at today for you. Maybe I will come back with another video later to look at some other questions, but these seemed uh, the ones that I want to start with today. So, the first thing I want to say is that remember, I read yesterday on the Women's March in DC. I realized that there will be multiple marches going on next Saturday, which is the 18th, in different cities around the country. But when I was asked the question, I assumed that I was being asked about the DC one, and I saw that the venue would change. In fact, the venue has been changed. So there you go. Uh, I had a viewer ask me to look in some detail at the event scheduled for the following day, which, as you know, is 45's rally. Again, why you need a rally before an inauguration, I don't know, but hmm. So let me give that a deep dive look. Why? Oh, not why, because we know why. You know. Uh, how will it go? So we're going to do a deep dive look in how the rally that 45 has scheduled for the 19th in DC, how that will go. Okay. Thank you all for being here. Uh, if you're new, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber or a returning viewer, I'm thrilled, delighted. If you're not subscribed, please do. We are two people short of 24,400 people. So, let's keep that number going up. It's a lot of fun to watch. Okay, so we're looking to see how the rally on the 19th will go. This was a viewer requested question. Okay. We will have, I'm sorry, I forgot to say, this will stand for the rally because it's a big gathering in a public space. Okay. Um, oh, wait a minute. What happened? What did I do? You know what? I'm going to start all over again. We are looking for the garden. You know what? I got distracted and I'm going to make sure that my mail is off. Yeah, because it's going to ding and I want to turn that off. Okay. Okay, let's try this again. Okay. All right, so I'm looking for the garden, and that will stand for this rally on the 19th. Still popped up kind of early. Okay, and I said I was going to do kind of a deep dive. That means I'm going to pull clarifying cards. So I will, we have the whip, the ring, the garden, the book, and the young woman, but I'm going to pull some clarifiers and then I'll talk about everything together. And I think what I might even do is pull pull a postscript, sort of any last words that I can say about this event. All right, so our original cards are the whip, the ring, the garden, and this stands for the rally that will be happening on Sunday, the 19th, the book, and then the young woman is the last card. I mean, it looks like it will be, raucous and aggressive. Uh, I mean, that's what he wants. It's meant to be a show of power. Um, I'm back is what he's saying essentially. Um, there's the rally itself. And you know, interesting that we have the book here because the book is about things we don't know. There could be things that happen at this rally that we don't know. And remember, it comes hard on the heels of the one before, which is the Women's March. So hopefully, I can mirror certain cards. I can mirror this one, which is the whip with young women. Hopefully these groups can be kept quite separate from each other, because if not, it doesn't bode well for the women who remain, um, you know, uh, from the day before. I don't like that. I think there'll be some bullying language at the very least. We'll just call it that. So let's look at the clarifiers for all these cards. So the first card is the whip. The whip is, again, this is 45 whipping his people into a frenzy because, we're back. And the clarifiers are the star, the cross, and the lily. I mean, this is that unpleasant energy of aggression. Uh, and this is what we can look forward to in the future. It will be painful and disturb our peace, but we knew that already. But that's what he intends to do, you know. Uh, the ring, I'm back like a bad penny coming back around. And we have the clarifiers, the child, the ship, and the house. I mean, we will be reminded one more time, again, this is coming full circle, of his uh, arrested development, his immaturity, his bullying nature. This is like a schoolyard bully uh, who marches forward where? Into the White House. I mean, that's his intention, and that will be the message that gets conveyed. We have the garden, and that stands for the rally itself. And we have the birds, the anchor, and the fish. So this is the rally. This is sort of, he's advertising, because that's what this card stands for. He is advertising that he is here, he's not going anywhere, and his people will have all kinds of good feelings about that. The rest of us will have other kinds of feelings, but he's back. Okay, the book, which I thought was an interesting card to have show up. Uh, we have the clarifiers, the sun, the tree, and the mice. Okay, this is interesting. Something could happen that nobody is expecting, including 45 and his people. Now, the sun, remember, the sun is the best card in the deck, but sometimes it's not about good or bad. Sometimes the sun references what a light is being shined on. And I think that that's what this card is talking about. This is bad health. I mean, I'm wondering if he will become ill at this thing, or someone else will become ill. But these are together, these cards make me think that there will be some sort of unexpected health thing that goes on with 45. I don't think it's I don't think it's anyone trying anything, because I see that later in the spring. As much as it is his own constitution. He may end up having had one too many celebratory Big Macs or something, or one too many Cokes, and he may not feel well, I feel like. And then the final card in our original line of five is woman. Remember, I said I could mirror that with the first card in the line of five, which is the whip. This is meant to be a rally that intimidates the people who marched the day before, the women. And the clarifiers for that are the older woman, the tower, and the rider. I think this rally on the 19th is meant to have us think you all are alone now. That's the message that they want to send. We're in charge. So you can have all of the marches you want, whatever, women power, whatever. We are the government now. And this is a very unpleasant message. I acknowledge that. I grant you that. And I mean, would we expect anything less than unpleasant from this event? I mean, it's meant to be intimidating, and I think it will be. Now, I drew a final three cards. This is my 23 card spread that I've just pulled. And these three cards, these final ones that I'm about to hold up, serve as a postscript. Like, is there anything else that I can say about this rally on the 19th? Well, we have the dog, we have the bear, and we have the snake. Generally the dog is a good card, but this is a rally for 45's friends. That's what the dog is, his friends. It is a show of power and might and strength. It is meant to frighten and intimidate and silence. This is my card for 45 in his most narcissistic iteration. And snake, it's just meant to intimidate. Again, I'm not going to watch it. I would advise you not to watch it. You can always, hear the whatever, what's that called in sports when, after you can hear about it afterwards. I don't know why I'm coming up with the sports analogy. I'm not very athletic. You can hear about it after the fact. I would say don't give it any air. It is meant to intimidate. I do wonder whether there will be some sort of health event with that, that book followed by the sun, the tree, and the mice. For me, it feels like, it doesn't feel like any sort of widespread terrible thing happens to the people there. It feels more to me like 45 doesn't feel well. Whether it's indigestion, whether it's a migraine, whether it's angina, I don't know, but I feel like he won't feel well that day. Thoughts and prayers. All right. So, if you're going to the Women's March in DC, they have relocated from their original position. And if you're going, you might be wise to clear out of there before the 19th, because otherwise you're just, you will be baited and BAITED, baited and harassed and name called and everything else, because the 19th promises to be ugly in the way that 45 would like it to be ugly, intimidating, loud, aggressive, and it's an announcement that he's back. Okay, sorry about that for our first question. Okay, the next thing that I'd like to look at, and this is important, not that the other one wasn't, but Biden, as you know, President Biden is meant to deliver a speech on Wednesday night. It's being called, a valedictory address, kind of a farewell address. This has not been done before. The closest thing I can think of that I remember would be Lyndon Johnson coming on the air and saying that he would not run, and if he were conscripted, he would not run, he would not serve because of Vietnam. But this is not that. This is a valedictory address. Um, Now, of course, for those who are holding out hope that Kamala is the one who will be inaugurated on the 20th, news of this address by Biden at, I think it's probably 8 p.m. Eastern time, I would guess, is, news to their ears, because I think people will tell you that this is where, I don't know, where Biden will come on and announce that they have discovered the root of all of the cheating that went on in the election, and that 45 has proven himself to be illegitimate, and therefore Kamala will be sworn in. That's not going to happen. I have my own theories about what Biden will do in this address, but I'm going to ask the cards. What will Biden say? What will his message be on Wednesday evening when he speaks to the nation for the last time? Okay, and I'm going to use the older man card that will stand for Joe Biden this time. Okay, let's see what we got. Okay, this is the card for Joe Biden. And we're looking at what he's going to say during his address Wednesday night. All right. Now I'll show you the cards, but I am going to draw more, I think. So we have the fox, we have the lily, we have Biden, we have the book, and we have the bear. Okay. And I'll say more about them once I pull some clarifiers. And I think I'm just going to pull a single clarifier for each card. No, maybe I'm going to do more than that. I'm going to pull. I'm going to turn my heater off because it's got me heated. Okay. So we'll go back to that line. So we had the fox, the lily, Biden, that elusive book, and then the bear. So, Biden is I'm going to say, consummate politician. Remember, he's a man in his 80s. He's been in politics since his 20s. So he knows the political game, you know. He's the expert at this, even still. His his message will be to try to calm the nation. He would like his legacy to be a good one. And he would like his final words to be about peace and reconciliation. Here he is. But we have this book and this bear. Uh, there's no way around it. There's no way to interpret this book, but as him saying, listen, I don't know what's coming because we've got the narcissist in chief coming in. So it's kind of like, let's all rally around the Constitution. Let's all hope for the best. Let's all remember that we are friends and neighbors and country people. I was going to say countrymen, countrywomen, country people, um, compatriots, uh, and weather our way through whatever's coming next. Now, I can mirror cards, right? So I can mirror these animals together, the first one with the last one. Um, Biden wants you to think he is an honest broker, upfront and above board, and that we are entering a terrain where the leader of the country will be something less than that. Um, what's interesting is too, to me, is that I can mirror the lily, the card of ease and peace and calm with the fourth card. And what is the fourth card? The book. So he can say all of the nice flowery words that he wants, Biden. But, you know, come the 20th, the Pandora's box will be open. I pulled clarifiers. I pulled a clarifier for the fox, and the clarifier that I pulled is the sun. I think he'll want you to have the impression that, you know, I am, the consummate politician. Remember what I look like. Remember Camelot when you had me as the honest broker, the consummate politician, because you're about to see something that's not that. Again, it's sort of this uh, dichotomous message because this is the card for peace, and he's trying to bring calm to the country. Probably a vain attempt, but nevertheless, that's what he's trying to do. Here he is, and I drew three clarifiers for him. We have the garden, the house, the bouquet. So this is Biden. He's going to be talking to all of us about the fact that our democracy is a precious gift. This stands for the White House. That democracy is a precious gift, and we ought not to treat it as less than that moving forward. Okay, then we have this book, and the clarifiers are the key, the coffin, and the young woman. I know what lots of people will want me to say. They want me to say something like this. Then, like a genie out of a bottle, we didn't expect it. A miracle happens, the answer to all our problems, and somebody drops dead and Kamala takes over. That's not what these cards say. They may say that to you, but I am the one reading them in this moment. I am the one who's in the energy of these cards, and I use my intuition as well. That is not what these cards say. Oh, would that they did. I wish. Now, we don't know what the answer is to all of our problems as a country. We don't know. But we're about to undergo a transformation. And uh, and there's not much I can do about it, says Biden. Remember, this is the yin card, the passive card. He's all about the changing of the guard, right? The peaceful transfer of power. So he will peacefully transfer power, not to Kamala, to 45. So we are coming to the end of an era. We will be transformed. I like to say this is going to be a very hard lesson, and God willing, and the creek don't rise, this will be the lesson that we've needed in order for the message to stick. I don't know. That we finally, once and for all, deal with the original wound, which is slavery and racism and everything that flows from that. But at any rate, there may be some depression on the part of some of us before we hit this transformational mark. And Biden will say, I can't do anything about it. Finally, we have the bear, and the cards are the ring, the mice, and the women, the older woman. This is the card for 45, the narcissist coming back. I think Biden will urge us to heed our better angels, because the temptation will be to say, wait, what better angels? Where are they? Because I'm scared. I'm nervous. I'm anxious. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But to heed our better angels. Now, again, this is yin energy, but I can mirror this card with the very first card in the line, which is the fox. I'm going to say that even though I do believe that 45 will be the one inaugurated, I do not think that Biden's speech will do anything to change the trajectory of that. I really don't. I also, though, think, as I've said many times before, that his time in office will not be 4 years long, I don't believe. I think it'll be shorter than that for any number of reasons. And that feminine energy is still on the rise. You know, it's still on the rise. So I think it will be a message where he tries to burnish his own image, uh, encourage us to be of peaceful spirit in what's to come. Uh, I think he'll talk about transfer of power and how important it is that we observe uh, these rules and these traditions that are codified in our system, unlike certain people who 4 years ago refused to do that. Um, but I'm just trying to give you all fair warning of what this message will not be. It will not be, we've gotten evidence from NATO, and Mark Rutte has the paperwork, and we can prove that 45 did this, that, and the other, and he will not be the one inaugurated. It will be Kamala Harris. That's not going to happen. I have had people who will come in my comments, because they've come in my comments before, and tell me I'm wrong, I'm being defeatist, I'm being negative. Okay, I'm showing you what I see. So we'll know Wednesday, right after the speech. There will be no genie out of a bottle, no God out of a machine, no Dark Brandon whipping out sunglasses. Um, that's not what the speech will be about. Finally, I thought I would look at Bannon and Musk. Bannon has been calling Musk all kinds of names, not the least of which is racist, which of course is rich. They're both racist. One's the South African version and the other is the American version. They're both racists. But it's Uh, who's the worst one? I don't know. They're both bad. But I think that there will be we know this, we see that there's this battle for primacy. Who will have 45's ear? Remember that Bannon represents the unwashed proletarian um, MAGA bunch, and that Musk, of course, is the oligarch bros, bros, the Silicon Valley tech bro side. Who will win? 45 loves people fighting over him. Um, Bannon has said that Musk will not get, uh, special entry to the White House or to the Oval Office, that he will personally see to that. I don't know that necessarily Bannon is in that position, but Bannon does have all of MAGA behind him. Uh, and Musk has money behind him. We know this is a country founded on money. Musk is certainly doing himself no favors, running around the world trying to, put his hand into every pot. But let's just look. I'm going to draw. I think I'll draw 3 cards. If I need more, I will. For Bannon and 3 cards for Musk. And I'm asking who will win 45's ear in favor moving forward. This will be Bannon, and this is Musk. Well, that was a pretty unsatisfactory exercise. For Bannon, we have the bear, the fox, and the child. Now, I will say, Bannon is a bully. I mean, he's definitely the bully type. The fox here is something nefarious. I suspect that Bannon has some dirt that has yet been undiscovered on Musk. He's got something on Musk. He's not just talking out of his hat when he says, I'm going to get rid of this guy. He's got something up his sleeve, Bannon. Some ace in the hole that Musk is unaware of. And it wouldn't surprise me if Musk were unaware because Musk is he just does what he wants to do. He doesn't think things through. He's very incautious. And so it wouldn't surprise me if there were dirt about him to get. And it wouldn't surprise me if Bannon had it. And it wouldn't surprise me if that would all come as a shock to Musk. But these are Musk's card. We have the lily, the whip, and the house. The lily. Musk, when he oversteps, he tries to backtrack, but it doesn't always work. And this is him fighting back with words, Bannon. And then we have this house here. Uh, you know what? I'm going to say that Musk has the upper hand unless and until we see that Bannon has some secret information, new information that jams up Musk, that, for example, gets Musk deported. That could happen. I do think that Bannon may have a trick or two up his sleeve that Musk is not aware of, that we're not aware of, that 45 is not aware of. So he may choose that nuclear option in order to get Musk out of the way so that Bannon and the MAGA people can get Trump's ear. Interesting, right? I don't know. We'll see. Tomorrow or later today, I'm going to come on and look at some of these nominations again uh, for all of these high offices. The, uh, the nomination hearings will start tomorrow. We've got a bunch happening tomorrow. We've got Hegseth, we've got Kristi Noem, we've got uh, well, Hegseth's the main one tomorrow. So you know what? Let's look at that. Let me just do that. And then tomorrow I can look at the others. All right. So I'm going to look to see how Pete Hegseth's confirmation hearing will go for him. And that'll be it for today. Okay, how will his hearing go? Remember that he's the one who is up for Secretary of Defense. He is the one who has the bad past in terms of sexual indiscretion. He's the one who has an issue with alcohol, but has promised that if he gets the appointment, he won't drink for the 4 years that he's in office. Come on. Anybody who's been around anybody who has a drinking problem knows that that's the oldest line in the book. I mean, come on. I can stop anytime. Yeah, you've ever heard that? All right. So how will Hegseth's hearing go? I'm going to use the birds for him because for the hearing, because that's like a meeting, a hearing. Okay. How will that hearing go for him? So looking for the birds that will represent Pete Hegseth's hearing, which is happening tomorrow. Well, we have clover, bouquet, birds, house, young woman. Um, I'm going to pull a clarifier for each of these. Except I'm going to pull, I gotta say, while I think he has a kind of a rocky road, the cards indicate that, I don't know, things might go well for him. Clover, bouquet, birds, house, young woman. Clover, he gets lucky, and the hearing is maybe not so long. Uh, the bouquet is the reward, which is the job as Secretary of Defense. That's what the hearing is about, of course, hearing. And then we have the White House. And it's interesting that we have this young woman card. Again, he's got these indiscretions with women. Um, but also remember that this is the yin card. So the White House has to be the White House, the incoming White House, meaning 45, has to be is kind of powerless in the moment when he's before the committee because the committee's going to ask what they're going to ask. Well, this card, Clover, is modified or clarified by the lily. So I think that he will want to get this hearing over really quickly, Hegseth, and he will try to smooth everything over. I'm your buddy, I'm your pal, I'm your guy. I got this, I can do it. I haven't had a drink since 6 a.m. Whatever he's going to say, to smooth things over and have the committee like him. Now, for the bouquet, we have the rider. And the rider is news coming in. So what is the news? That he gets the job? I don't know. It could be. Birds, the clarifier is the stars. Let me pull another clarifier. Well, the committee's going to be asking itself, when we look into the future, is this guy the best we can do for the health of the country and the health of the citizens. We are in dangerous times, right? So that's the question that they're going to be asking. Now, the clarifier for the House is the Fox. And I'm going to pull another clarifier for that, maybe two. Yeah, I think that there will come from the White House or have been solicited by the White House glowing letters of recommendation for this guy, for Hegseth. 45 really wants him. So he's going to pull out all the stops to get Hegseth in. And then the last original card was this yin card, this young woman card. We have anchor, we have dog, we have bear. I'm telling you, I don't like seeing this, but I suspect Hegseth could get confirmed. I mean, remember, the Democrats are not in the majority. Granted, we don't, the Republicans are in the majority, but not by much. But the world is a crazy place. And if this guy doesn't get in, well, then 45 is going to have to hunt around and and name somebody else. And meanwhile, the world is, pardon the pun, on fire. It's going to be really difficult. So I suspect he could get in. So we'll see. We'll see. Thank you to all of you who watched the Sunday conversation yesterday with Rhonda Allen. It was really a lot of fun. We enjoyed it, and people seem to enjoy it. And I will see you all soon, either later today or tomorrow. I'll come and I'll look at some of these other nominations and how those hearings will go. But until then, take care and have a great Monday.